For KBRFradio.com News, I'm Derek Sidian, and this is the weekly news recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonememorials.com, memorials that matter. On Tuesday morning, a tragic fire struck Our Lady of Victory Church in Fergus Falls. Zach Daniels was on the scene.
Daniels with KBRF News, and I'm reporting from downtown Fergus Falls at Our Lady of Victory Catholic Church, and there's a fire at the church. Currently we have no idea what started the fire.
Fergus Falls Fire Chief Ryan Muckow says fire alarms went off throughout the building, including the connected Our Lady of Victory School. Students and staff evacuated the building and were relocated to Kennedy Secondary School, where they were reunified with family. Upon arrival, firefighters encountered heavy smoke in the office area and emanating from the roof. They deployed hose lines into both the main level and the basement to confine the fire. Ultimately, the firefighters were able to remove wall and ceiling material and the roof decking to fully extinguish the fire. One firefighter suffered a laceration injury due to falling debris, though they were treated on-site by fire department medical staff and remained on the scene. The Fergus Falls Fire Department was on scene for 4 hours, operating in sub-zero temperatures. Muckow says there was significant structural fire damage to portions of the church office and the sanctuary sustained smoke damage. The fire doors between the church and school kept smoke damage in the school to a minimum. Overall, the damage is likely to exceed $500,000. The fire originated within an enclosure surrounding the facility's generator exhaust venting. However, Muckow says the investigation continues in cooperation with the church's insurance company, the State Fire Marshal's Office, and the Fergus Falls Fire Department. Muckow and the fire department say they are grateful for the assistance by all responding agencies and church staff. With officials around the state cracking down on fraud, 2 women from Ottertail County are now being charged for wrongfully receiving assistance. According to court documents, 26-year-old Kara Nicole Gondringer of Fergus Falls is being accused of not updating her income for medical assistance since moving to Ottertail County in February. An investigation conducted by an Ottertail County fraud investigator determined that Gondringer received over $3,000 more than she should have as a result of her failure to comply with medical assistance rules and provide accurate, updated income and employment information. Gondringer is being charged with 1 count of wrongfully receiving assistance and made her first court appearance Monday morning. Other court documents say that 30-year-old Bailey Ann Friel of Perham also failed to report her income for medical assistance. The fraud investigator determined that due to her failure to update her income, Friel was overpaid nearly $8,000 between September 2023 and May 2024. Friel is being charged with 1 count of wrongfully receiving assistance and made her first court appearance Monday morning. A warrant has been issued for a Detroit Lakes man that did not show up for court in Ottertail County. 56-year-old Lamont Lee Cervenka failed to make his first court appearance, where he was to be charged with third-degree possession of fentanyl. According to court documents, officials discovered fentanyl on Cervenka's person during a traffic stop in Bluffton back in March after seeing he and another passenger show signs of recent drug use. Officials searched Cervenka and found a balled-up baggie of powder, which Cervenka declared to be fentanyl. The driver, 35-year-old Nicole Marie Blackbird of Frazee, told officials that the group went to the Twin Cities the night before to get controlled substances. Officials say Cervenka was in possession of 7 grams of fentanyl and Blackbird had 4.5 grams. Cervenka and Blackbird were both set to make their first court appearance on Monday. Blackbird did make her appearance and has been charged with 5th-degree possession of drugs. A 91-year-old man from New York Mills suffered injuries following a rollover crash west of Lake Park, according to the Minnesota State Patrol. At around 11:58 Wednesday morning, a Chevy Silverado driven by Walter Richard Thunberg was traveling west on Highway 10 when it left the roadway and rolled. Thunberg was transported to Essentia St. Mary's Hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. The crash report states the road was snowy or icy at the time of the accident. Ottertail County deputies arrested 2 men for obstruction of justice in an incident near Maplewood State Park last Friday. According to court documents, an Ottertail County deputy initiated a traffic stop at around 4:29 Friday afternoon after observing a suspicious vehicle. During the stop, the deputy requested the driver, later identified as 35-year-old Alex Streitz of Erhard, to step out of the vehicle, to which he refused. The deputy then recognized the passenger as 24-year-old Brennan Griffin of Fergus Falls, who had an active warrant for his arrest. Griffin was requested to step out of the vehicle, but refused and put his hands in his pockets. The deputy drew their firearm and commanded Griffin to show his hands. Griffin then allegedly put his hands behind his waist and yelled, "Shoot me." Eventually, law enforcement was able to access the vehicle and remove Griffin, who physically resisted. A search of Griffin's person produced 12 lisdexamphetamine pills and 1.3 grams of methamphetamine. The deputy returned to Streitz and instructed him to exit the vehicle. Streitz continued to refuse and was pulled out of the vehicle by law enforcement. He refused to place his hands behind his back and was ultimately tased, though it appeared ineffective. Streitz was eventually secured and the pair were transported to the Ottertail County Detention Facility. Both men have been charged with obstruction of justice. Griffin has also been charged with 2 counts of fifth-degree possession of drugs. The Ottertail County Highway Department has temporarily closed County State Aid Highway 76 over Bluff Creek west of Bluffton after routine inspections revealed advanced deterioration underneath the bridge. A detour has been established to redirect traffic. To ensure public safety, the bridge will remain closed until it is repaired or replaced. A woman from Underwood is facing a major assault charge after allegedly steering a vehicle off the road, causing a crash. According to court documents, officials received a call on September 6th reporting a crash on County Highway 35 and 299th Avenue just north of Underwood. The caller reported a woman screaming and a man yelling. The woman, identified as 50-year-old Ruby Tungseth, told deputies that on the way home from the gas station, she and the man got into an argument. Tungseth said she tried to open her door while the vehicle was moving, but when the man wouldn't let her, she pulled the steering wheel, causing the car to go into the ditch. The vehicle hit a sign and drove into the weeds. After the crash, the pair got into an altercation before leaving the scene. Deputies spoke with the man who corroborated Tungseth's story, saying the car was traveling around 60 miles per hour when she pulled on the wheel. Tungseth made her first court appearance Tuesday morning and has been charged with second-degree assault with a dangerous weapon and first-degree damage to property. Ottertail County is encouraging residents to resolve to recycle right. By recycling correctly, residents can ensure that their efforts contribute to cleaner products that become new products like pizza boxes and decking materials. Improper recycling can cause significant issues. Materials such as foam packaging placed in corrugated cardboard bins can damage equipment and reduce the value of recyclable items. Search the Waste Wizard app to find out what and where to recycle. Last Saturday, the Fergus Falls community lost an incredible man. Gary Spees, longtime owner of Service Food and a pillar of the community, passed away at the age of 82. While Gary was a successful businessman, having taken over the Service Food grocery store from his parents in 1976 and worked on and with many companies and organizations in Fergus Falls, he was most known for his compassionate and giving heart. Former Fergus Falls Mayor Ben Shire reflects on how Gary touched the hearts of many.
He's everything that we all, I think, would love to be, the way he cared for people. And you couldn't be around Gary and not be a better person for it, right? Like just watching his example of how he treated his fellow human beings. I mean, he genuinely and deeply cared for other people. And he lived that every day of his life, every second of every day of his life.
In honor of Gary's legacy, Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF will be hosting a special tribute show on Monday, starting right away at 10 after 9. Hosts Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop will be joined by former Mayor Ben Shire, former President and CEO of Ottertail Power Company John McFarland, and former Vice President of Ottertail Power Company Mark Helland to talk about Gary's life and the sense of community he left behind. This has been the Weekly News Recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonememorials.com, memorials that matter. For KBRFradio.com news, I'm Derek Sidian. Tune in every Friday at 12:30 on KBRFradio.com or on the Fergus Now app to stay up to date with local news. Get more news at KBRFradio.com. Sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.